What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have another update for my Hot Toys collection. Quite a bit has changed from the last video, so without wasting any more time, let's just get right into it. Starting us off over here in the Star Wars display, I'm actually going to start from up here. We have Clone Wars Anakin on his stap. Now, I did have the original Anakin from Revenge of the Sith, and I did end up selling it because it was just going for so much on eBay, and I was able to make a profit on that. We have Captain Rex here, again, from the Clone Wars, and then behind him, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, if it wants to focus, from Revenge of the Sith. Now, I do have Ewan McGregor's autograph right there on the base. I got that from Star Wars Celebration after meeting him, so that was really cool. And then down here, we have a prop replica of Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber from Revenge of the Sith, and this is from a company called Seven Chambers. Moving down here, I opened up the D12 so you can get a better look. We have another Clone Wars display. We have Ahsoka in the front there. And then we have Bo-Katan. I just got this figure yesterday, so this is brand new. I think it came out amazing. I think it looks great. Over here, we have two more Clone Troopers. Moving down here, we have the original Beskar Mandalorian. This is definitely my favorite out of all the Mandalorians they've made. I mean, they've only made like two, but this is definitely my favorite. I prefer it over the Beskar design. I just like the look of this better. And then here we got Jango Fett. Below him, I think this came with the 2-pack Boba, just a Stormtrooper helmet. Moving below that, we have Kylo Ren in the front, which it doesn't want to focus on. So we'll start with the Short Trooper. I got this figure for so cheap. It was probably like 50% off, and then I used discount points and whatever. So I got this dirt cheap, and it looks really good. I think this figure looks amazing. And then we do have Kylo Ren in the front here from Rise of Skywalker. I don't currently have the head sculpt on for Kylo Ren. I just have the cracked helmet, even though the head sculpt does look absolutely amazing. And then we have the Death Trooper. This is the chrome-plated edition, special edition. I'm not sure what they call it. I got this from Sideshow. This is another piece that I saw at Star Wars Celebration when I was there, and they were handing out little like papers with codes on it to get it. And that's why I got this one right here. Down here then on the bottom shelf of the D12, we have Echo from the Bad Batch with that super detailed head sculpt. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little freaky looking, a little creepy, but they definitely did a good job. It looks incredibly detailed. The armor looks great. The paint on there is perfect. Up top here, we have some more prop replica lightsabers. Same with down here. I got them lined up. And then I've got the Bo-Katan helmet from, I don't know if it's from Hasbro or what, but I got this again from Star Wars Celebration. I had no intention of buying this, but I saw somebody who had this same helmet, and they also had a autograph from Katie Sackhoff, the actress who plays Bo-Katan. And I was lucky enough to get this helmet and then actually get an autograph the next day, even though they were completely sold out. So I got really lucky with that. Moving over here, we have the Aloy PrimeOne statue. This is not Hot Toys, obviously. Compared to a normal Hot Toys 6th scale figure, it is huge. It is quarter scale, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. I think with a lot of PrimeOne statues, you can't really appreciate them unless you see them in person, just because of how big they are. And I just love how they do the bases, like looking around the side here in the back. It's all super well sculpted and painted, but these are incredible. I wish I could get the Kratos for God of War, but I just do not have I don't have the space. Absolutely not. But this thing looks incredible. Then down here we have the Solo version of Darth Maul. This is probably my favorite Maul that they've ever made. I do have the Phantom Menace one, but I prefer this one. I think it looks great. We have two figures from the Arkham game back here. We have Batman and Batgirl. I do prefer this Batman suit, from the game at least, so that's why I went with this one. And here we got two of my favorite Iron Man armors. We have the War Machine Mark I from Iron Man 2. This is my favorite War Machine, definitely by far. And then this is the Mark 46, I want to say, from Civil War. And I love the base on this one. I think they did a really good job with the base. I think that looks really nice. Back here we have Venom from the Venom movie, which again, I think I talked about this in my last collection video. I didn't care for the movie, but I think this figure looks really cool. So right here we got the battle damaged version of Thanos. I do have the non-battle damaged version of Thanos. I would probably say I do prefer this one. Get a good look at there. I really like the base again. The only reason I picked him up is because he was super cheap on like Pop Culture. I don't remember exactly what website, but it was like 60% off or something with cheap shipping. And then right in front here we have the Mark 85 Battle Damaged from Endgame. One of my favorite Hot Toys figures ever made, easily. I think this probably would be my favorite. And then again, you have that cool little base there. So this is just, if you could only get one, and of course if you were a Marvel fan, then I think this is the one to get, because this just looks absolutely incredible. The detail on the suit here, and even the head sculpt here, I think probably one of Hot Toys' best that they've ever done. It just looks the most realistic. So I think, again, if you are a Marvel fan, this is the one figure to get. I think it definitely is. Moving up here, we have the biggest piece of any collectible thing in my collection. This is not Hot Toys, as you could probably tell. This is from PrimeOne. This is the Doomslayer from PrimeOne. This thing is just absolutely... This thing's insane. It is like 3 feet tall. Maybe not that tall. It's like 2.5 feet. I don't know. This thing's massive. And I think it looks absolutely wild. I think it's incredible. This is the best statue piece I have in my collection. It's also the most expensive, but we don't talk about that. Look at that base. Just look, just feast your eyes on all that going on there. It is quite a piece of art, really. Like, this is genuinely just a piece of art. We got the massive sword here. This has a bunch of interchangeable weapons. I think the sword looks pretty cool, even though it takes up a ton of room. But just everything from the highly detailed base here, which is just, it's insane to look at. And then you've got the Doomslayer, of course. He actually has, if you look closely, there is a painted, well, I'm not sure if it's painted, but it's a sculpted face, head sort of portrait in there. It's hard to see with an angle because of the helmet. But yeah, the amount of detail on this thing, it's just, it's insanity. It's huge. The base, I had to get a separate sort of pedestal thing for it. Here's another look. I turned off my little spotlight here. But this is an insane piece to look at. I remember this came in 2 boxes, so I got the top half of the the statue. I got this in 1 box, and then like a couple days later, I got the base, which came in 1 box. And I couldn't believe how big it was when I took it out. Like, it is just, it's massive. Not to mention this thing weighs like, I don't know, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. I don't even know. This thing's insane. I actually just looked it up. This thing is apparently 90 pounds. I knew it was heavy. I had no idea it was that heavy. So that gives you an idea of what we're dealing with here. Above there, we have a poster of the Doomslayer. This is like a metal print from Displate or something. And then over here, we have my 3rd and final PrimeOne statue. This is the Stalker from Horizon. And this one is pretty massive as well. This thing's huge, actually. I'm kind of scared with the weight. I'm scared that one day this is just going to all collapse. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because that you know, it's a lot of money, and I really like this statue and all the figures that are in this glass case. So it's probably a bad idea, but I have nowhere else to put it, so, you know. So moving down here, this is the start of the Marvel display case, you can call it. So we have Miles from Spider-Verse, and then Gwen in the back there. This Miles looks absolutely amazing. This is one of my favorite figures. I think this is the best Spider-Man figure. I definitely think so. And then moving down here, we have Captain America Endgame version. Another Spider-Man homemade suit in the back. It doesn't want to focus. And then we got Spider-Man from Far From Home. Or No Way Home. Both, technically. Maybe. Down here, we got some more Spidey action. Some more web-slinging action. We've got Miles from the game. Well, these are all from the game. The PS4 game. And then we got the classic suit, which is... This is probably my 2nd favorite Spider-Man suit. I think this one looks great. Look at the color. I think it looks good. And then we've got the Scarlet Spider reading a newspaper there. You would not believe how difficult it is to get this guy actually holding the newspaper and not falling. So that was interesting for sure. Then down here on the final shelf, we have Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy, or Infinity War, Nebula, and then Black Widow from Endgame. in the back there. And so that is most of my Marvel display right there, along with the figures that you just saw. Jumping over here, we have the 501st Trooper from Clone Wars. I have two of these. One of them isn't being displayed, but I do have this one next to my computer here on my desk. Up here, we've got the Boba Fett from Mandalorian. This thing looks super good, super detailed. Even the helmet, you can see barely that they had like detail sculpted on the inside. Behind him here we have Star-Lord from Infinity War on these little Doctor Strange floating portal things. I think he looks really good. And then my last figure that's currently on display, at least, is the Rey from Rise of Skywalker. And I have that over here next to this huge Lego Millennium Falcon. This thing's massive. Hot Toys should make a 6th scale version of the Millennium Falcon. I'm just kidding. That would be bigger than a house. Nobody would buy that. Okay, anyway, so there you have it. This was my Hot Toys collection tour update for November, almost December of 2022. I would like to do these more often, so if you did enjoy it, make sure you subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, all that stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one.